Get the confusing. When we did see the comment on that Tavi interview, I say, yo, Naro, the friend, where it seemed like I have to sit down and explain thing to him carefully. I was like, me another person. The R is that person.
Wow.
Like everybody else are do it.
Wow.
Jervis do it. I'm doing some jamming in there. Should have back me up. I say, true. And that show itself over enough time during our run here on YouTube and the podcast and thing. You see me, you're that friend. You know that, right?
If you say so.
But yeah, that interview them, I appreciate what did I do to give off that impression during that interview? And it seemed like the quote unquote badgering that I see some people did I complain about. And one of people don't know, I just get some BTS into the creation of that interview. Give some background to him. The first time I interviewed him, right? There was already some awkwardness surrounding that interview and even him.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need have him as an awkward person. Several months, probably even years after we did that first interview with Tavi, we received messages from him that he wanted it to be deleted or removed from the channel. So we're like, huh? Why? We never really give no explanation as to why he wanted it to be removed. But yeah, I think we ended up most unlisting it or deleting it. Or, yeah, if you search for that, yeah, I'm sure you can't find it right now. So yeah, that's the little history that we had with him. Fast forward to this year. 876 roommates. We did the interview with them. With Dino and Samantha. The lovely Miss Samantha. Did the interview with them. And then a couple weeks afterwards, then they'd say, yo, then why we do an interview with Tavi? So like, internal discussions.
Does he want to do it?
He want to do it, like, kind of, we'll do it, but does he want to? And they're like, yo, he's contractually obligated to do Not funny because what would then go on to happen, at least what him go on for review, say, yo, him left or whatever, right? But them did I say, yo, him sign contract. If we say him want him to do the interview, him for do it. I say, all right, cool. Approaching the day of the interview, I think probably even the day off. I don't remember.
But it was his team that reached out.
No, 876, we reached to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, approaching the day or the day off, I go say, yo, everything's still good with Tavi. Delayed response. Usually our response is between us and the 876 people. It's usually, well timed. Delayed response until like after a while, them say, yo, unfortunately, Tavi won't be able to do the interview and such and such and such. And say, okay. Then we're approached by a second party, a PR that we've had access to before. Yeah. I say, yo, Tavi want to do an interview. So, all right, cool, but, we're trying to do an interview, at least 876 people, and they try set up an interview, and that never work out. But, all right, cool. Look a bit from now, from the time that the interview was slated to be, say, yo, yeah, we don't know what going on. So it's like burned twice until his management approached us. So this is attempt number 3 now, right? Approach number 3. His management called us and say, Tavi want to do an interview. And he want to talk about how him leave 876 roommates and how the fight with the world at. Because them time the fight clip and the trailer did the road on social media. So them call we and tells you he wants to speak about these things. Or I make that clear. So you must can see now that we have that in mind. Say, yo, we're being told that this is what he wants to talk about. And when he arrives here now, and we're asking him several questions, and surrounding them things that in management say he wants to talk about, I'm not really an answer where I seem like he want to talk about it. You see, like where that could be a disconnect, right? Am I being fair? Right?
No, you're right. You're right.
We know you never do the interview,
but you're getting it because you to be succinct, is that you had an idea, or you got preconceived notions of what we thought we could talk about, but then coming to the actual interview, what's recorded, you're trying to say, well, okay, we were told that you're okay to speak on this, and then you're acting as if, oh, it's not okay. And then it's like, wait, what? You're changing the script on us.
So that's why in the interview I say, like, that's why it seemed like badgering in a sense. Because I say, yo,
you're not
you think you're fine to talk about this, so why you seem like you don't want to talk about this now? Isn't it confusing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why you probably get some awkward little energy during the interview. And I like, me and Javi's like, yo, we thought that this nigga wanted to talk on these things. And of course, we didn't have it in mind for just talk about them things there alone.
But that was one of the key things.
That is what they told us he wanted to talk about. So, I like to give people some little insight into them things because they don't really understand like certain aspects of how we do.
BTS. They don't
they don't really. But yeah, I just started to let the people know about that. Big up Tavi though, and
what everybody, somebody, a mutual friend of ours, he's always talking and raving on the genius that is Tavi. And
I mentioned.
Yeah. I realized that Jamaicans are very literal. So sarcasm and like dry humor don't really come off well, and even just a little bit more unconventional sort of weird humor don't come off well. But for the most part, you get it. Like even with the 876 roommate, his personality, I think, shown there,
especially amongst
so many people,
those type of comedians as well.
He's like, I said up brother, yeah, I got just loud.
But it's different. It's unconventional, it stands out. I don't know, say I'm known for dry humor too. Unconventional humor, so
that's why many people think that you're rude and blah, blah,
blah. Exactly.
And sarcasm and that kind of humor is really the lowest base form of humor.
Some say it's the highest.
Depending on who you ask.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's really rude for the most part. Like, why can't you just say yes or no? But why you have to be all sarcastic?
Because it come off as condescending.
That's the base humor. That's it. So most people don't get
base
it.
Humor is that because you use the word base.
Basic or meaning. I should say rude because it's really the rudest form.
Base humor could refer to like toilet humor.
Well, right. Well, no, it's not rude or.
Like
it's not.
Them things.
Yeah. No, it's not simple.
Okay.
But more so just, rude. And most people don't get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see me?
But then, I found it funny. 876 roommate was where Kyng Tavi really shine.
Every word that I said to him, I meant it. Because you know some real like that. Like, whenever they find you funny at one point, it's even hit or miss, and then it seemed like you find back your stride. Yeah. But it's just like the interview and the dynamics of it just did awkward. Based on everything.
It's really awkward. But the funny thing is, if we interview him again, or if he wants to be interviewed again by us, I think we now get it. Like watching 876 roommates, like I get him now. I get him. Like he wasn't any airs or whatever, like pretense or trying to be anything else. I feel like that was really truly him. It's like I just love the line. I saw that brother. I could just be loud.
No, the thing is, Ari.
Like it's
the
such
thing
a
is,
classic line.
me being get him, That's why when he made the joke about him would have shell everything and everything. Like I took that for the joke. It was, even though some people took that serious.
I mean, it was just it's like the weirdest joke. Why are you gonna say
it was weird, especially in the presence of a pregnant woman.
I shouldn't even say weird. It was just.
It off-putting.
An off-putting
It is
joke.
off-putting, especially
if he's
with
like
the dynamics in which
watch,
the interview did a carry out.
You know, someone watch Law and Order like religiously. Law and Order SVU. And I was watching SVU Saturday. There's a marathon every Saturday. And they were dealing with a sociopath, serial killer, but in making. And him like make weird jokes like that. Like, oh, I'm gonna be off with your head. Like some joke like that. If you say,
especially somebody like him
funny.
that people see at least have him as a psycho patient. You know what I mean? Is him like him for their mental institution.
I wouldn't say that. But,
no, people have him say you have mental issues and say a madman. And he knows that too. That's why I'm gonna ask we like if we have him as a madman. So like for him to make that joke there, it very off-putting to enough people. I was like, dark humor, it's funny. You're not gonna do shit. Is it me? It's funny. You're not shell nobody in here.
You're like,
it's funny. Yeah, Javi especially was, I don't know. Yo, there are several people, even Javi's live that took that did not take that as a joke. Tell you that from that took that quite literal and they not take no check with this youth. Is it me?
Well, that person isn't really funny. He's not really a funny guy.
Sad.